Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here with a follow-up video on the story I shared with you guys on Saturday night, I believe it was, involving Kirk Franklin and his son Kerrion Franklin, who is 32 years old. And so there was a video that was posted by Kerrion on Saturday that had a heated exchange between him and his father. It was a 45-second clip, and as most people were saying in response was, yes, your father, cursed you out, which Kirk Franklin did, curse him out, but what was the entire context of the video? Like, post the entire video if you want us to get involved and choose a side in this matter. And as of yet, Kerrion has not posted the full video, but he has continued to post and talk about his difficulties with his family and how he feels neglected and an outcast. And Kirk Franklin actually did come out, and I posted this in the comments on my last video, because as the video was uploading, Kirk Franklin issued an apology, and that seemed to tick Kerrion off even more, because the apology was to Kirk Franklin's fans and supporters, and it was not an apology to his son. And so here is what that apology stated. I need to rectify this private family matter. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper, and I said words that are not appropriate. I am sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know, as a father, during that call, I called the family therapist. I got that therapist on the phone to try and help. He never played that part of the recording. I'm not perfect. I'm a human, and I'm going to make mistakes and trying to get it right. Please keep me and my family in your prayers. And so, as I stated, Kerrion, became irate about that, and he posted that his father issued an apology to his fans, but not to him. Other things that Kerrion shared on his Instagram was, I go to sleep every night with no love from my own people, just years of comments and carelessness. I'm done reaching out and getting treated like a random on the streets. You want me to go back to my dad, and he's not attempting to be in my life. Wake up. This is no relationship to damage. There is no private matter, just a family treating me however they choose. And in another post he wrote, I'm finally out of a 14-year deep hole of chaos and confusion. This, the picture I was allowed to take with my family in 2006. If my freedom, my light sparks your interest internally, think about the areas in your life. Could you handle things differently? Imagine being taken across the world from third grade to high school, then never again. If a couple pages out of my reality made you feel some type of way, just remember that your children will grow up and gravitate toward you, or if provoked for too long, we can love you enough to leave you alone. If my dad continues to self-sabotage our progress as a family and ignores me for another 14 years and doesn't accept me, I'll still be fine. I am breaking the generational curse right now. 14 years, not one dinner, not one cozy Sunday night together, not invited over for Christmas or any holiday. I am sick of threatening words constantly behind closed doors. I have earned the space to speak how I please about my childhood. None of you have walked in my shoes. I'm going to stay focused, keep busy with my clients and my creativity. I will grow from these experiences. Please do not crucify my father. I am not here to bash him across the board. I didn't even cuss in the recording. Why do people assume I did something to deserve verbal abuse? I just said what he said back to me. My father has been speaking very mean and manipulatively to me for 15 years now. My voice will be heard. I forgive him for the past pain. I am learning every day on my own. this thing called life. Send positive vibes. It's difficult to focus on my work under these conditions, yet and still I'm going to stay focused. My head is up. Hashtag Swank Media. So Swank Media is a company that Kerrion has started. And so when he put that hashtag at the bottom, people began to compare him to other celebrities like Rick Ross and 50 Cent, who no matter what they're talking about in their posts, they hashtag their brands and their labels and whatever products that they're promoting. And this only made people who were siding with Kirk Franklin side with him even more, because they felt like at this point, Kerrion is just trying to promote his brand and draw attention to whatever projects or business he has going on. And people continue to tell him, get off of social media. This isn't a place to air out your dirty laundry. You're trying to hurt your father's brand. You're going about this the wrong way. And so when he talks about the last family photo that they took, he's referring to a cover photo that they had on Jet Magazine. And I don't even know if Jet Magazine is still being published. But he claims that, he's moving on, that he, is a 32-year-old man and he's accepted, what is going on. But his behavior doesn't indicate that he's accepted what's going on and that he is ready to move on, because he went on to make another post that says, as soon as they find out you're not stupid, all of a sudden you're crazy. And he's referring to people and articles that are saying that he's suffering from mental illness, that he has a substance abuse problem. And on this post, he writes, so telling the truth has become a diagnosis for mental health issues. Meghan and Harry don't have mental issues, just me, huh? The allegations might not be true. Nothing I've read on any of these blogs is fully true. They can't even use the exact words that I use. When did manipulation become a standard in society? Wake up, world, or keep sleeping if you want to. I'm prepared to speak. It's definitely time to put the entire story out there. The narrative will be controlled by me, in all caps. And so we learned that Kerrion is actually has an interview that's about to come out where he has gone and spoken to a media outlet where he is supposed to be revealing everything that has happened between him, his father, and his family. At one point, the sister came into the conversation, said what she had to say, and basically she's done with him. And he seems to be making things worse. And if he believes that doing all of this is what he needs to do to get people to watch this interview or to support his brand, he is definitely going about this the wrong way. Then he made another post that was actually taken down by Instagram as being offensive and dangerous content. And so they deleted the post and advised him, if he continues to put up this type of stuff on his page, that they will delete or deactivate his page. And so he came out under another name, which was called Dragon Sacrifice, and said, if anything happens, it's Kirk Franklin's sneaky ass. A lot of funny shit been happening, and he's in LA right now hiding from me, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm just leaving this here for safety purposes. I can't deal with this F shit on my own anymore. I'm done. My life is too valuable. In the meantime, hashtag offline, hashtag so what? And that post says, the powers that be are blocking pages out here. I'm just living my truth. I was told I shouldn't have called my dad. He says he called the counselor, yet he hung up in my face. I'm the only, and I think he meant to say I'm the only one, that ever called and tried to go to counseling. These are mind games. At Jon Drummond, OLY. So was that you laughing in the background behind my dad? I have the world focused on narcissistic abusive behavior. This funny to you in private, but on the internet, you concerned? Release the entire tape, you have it. It Too movement. Who can relate? Who else been constantly verbally abused by this man? And so when he's talking about Jon Drummond, when you listen to the actual audio where Kirk Franklin, the 45-second clip where he says what he says, you can hear someone chuckle in the background. And Jon Drummond is actually on his Twitter page, it says that he is a former Olympian. And it says 1996 Olympic silver medalist and 2000 Olympic gold medalist. And then he has some world champion gold medalist and Olympic team relays coach. And so he posted on his Instagram, "Wow, speak your truth. I was on that call too, Kerrion, and you're going to take a 2-hour conversation and sum it up in a 45-second clip. Really, here's some context on that audio clip. You were acting like you didn't understand what your father was saying about you being disrespectful to him and your mom. So he said, let me put in a way you can understand. I even told you several times to stop trying to bait him." Well, I thought that they were saying that T.D. Jakes was on the phone, but this guy is saying that he was actually the person on the phone and not T.D. Jakes. I don't know if he's trying to say that Kirk contacted Instagram and asked Instagram to limit his content or to take that post down. So although Kerrion said he was done with the situation and taking it offline, he did come back on to respond to comments that Rickey Smiley had to say on his morning show, which of course this is social commentary because you're bringing it to social media, so people are going to talk about it. So Kerrion says, "I don't need another man to speak on my behalf, #Rickey Smiley Morning Show. He has his own podcast. Where are the good words for me? Let's dive deeper into the tape since my father won't post it himself. He has been recording me for many conversations. He has his own files. Let's talk about why counseling stopped because you caused #battery. I still didn't press charges and you quit counseling. All the money you ever spent can't replace the lack of effort." Rickey Smiley said he wanted to shoot his son. "This is how we're using our platforms. This is very upsetting to see a man hide behind another man after putting hands on me on multiple occasions, threatening to beat my ass in front of TMZ too. Called me a liar again and I'll release more tape. I'm giving you a chance to leave me alone. I said I was done, and here y'all come, everyone except my family. Now I face the world. I am bringing awareness to #parental abuse. This was never about canceling my dad. This was never to sabotage his entire career. This was a call to treat me better and to #Rickey Smiley Show. Since I'm re-conversation right now, why can't you actually speak to my dad on the air? Why he behind you? Nobody is behind me, man of my own. So why does it matter how I speak to another grown man if he should block me or should he pray for our healing? You said both. I am sick of the contradictions and the back and forth. I am done. As long as my name is in the media, more of this tape will be released. I have him a chance. I think he meant I gave him a chance to be honest, and even his apology was not in truth. He has many recordings of me. Show me where I cuss at. Can you? Why would I gaslight a narcissist? They are the real masters of gaslighting awareness, parental abuse survivor awareness. Say what you want. I am standing firm. We can keep this up. You should have chose to make peace with me, not provoke me. Reread your Bibles, please. If that's what you get paid to read. Let's talk. Let's talk. #America, #it's a rodeo. Rickey Smiley, your message is very one-sided, sir. You used to joke with me backstage at concerts, at church in Dallas. Should he pray for me or block me? God loved me. I'm still God's child either way. Prayer emojis, #thoughts, #battery, #baffled. As someone said in the comments, no one wins when the family feuds. And this is a perfect example of that. And we have to respect Kirk Franklin for remaining silent and just letting his son spill out his emotions. Kerrion keeps talking about he's going to keep going. He's going to keep releasing video and footage as long as people talk about it. But he, like his dad, isn't talking about it, and that's who he is feuding with. And so are you trying to say that people that are commentating on this, that are giving their commentary about it, are the ones that's fueling your fire, and so you want people to stop talking about it and then you'll stop talking about it? Or are you saying that the more you release footage, then you're provoking your dad to respond? And so your messaging is very unclear at this point. And of course, people are going to keep talking about it because you keep talking about it. And at some point, you have got to let it go. But when people make comments like this, it still leads to or leans towards this person is having some type of mental episode. And of course, we don't know. We don't have his medical records. We're just going by the behavior that he is exhibiting online, with this very public feud that he has against his parents. And it appears that the more they don't respond to him, or the more people respond by telling him, you're a grown man, your parents have raised you, they're under no obligation to maintain a relationship with you if that is a toxic relationship, and you need to move on. And then there are a lot of people, that are making light of the situation. And, posting comments that, are seen as insensitive as they're joking about the situation, because whatever this young man is going through, if he is seriously, having emotional trauma from whatever has happened in his life and what is going on, then joking about the situation isn't helping him any. And then if he's doing it just for clout, just to get notoriety for his business and for whatever this interview or article that is about to come out, then it says more about him than it says about his father. And at one point, he brought T.D. Jakes into the conversation. He said that T.D. Jakes was also on the phone call with his dad, when the dad cursed him out. T.D. Jakes, to my knowledge, hasn't responded. Kirk Franklin actually mentioned another person who was helping them resolve the issue. So it's definitely something going on in the background. And of course, Kirk Franklin is not going to come out and say exactly what it is. And then the son is painting the narrative that it is Kirk Franklin and the family against him, that he's out here on his own suffering and nobody is caring about him or showing him love, and that they are not allowing him back into the fold. And I have no doubt that there are people, who are surrounding Kirk Franklin in prayer and supporting him. But I'm also wondering if there is anybody surrounding his son and lifting him up in prayer and helping him try to get through what he's going through. I know in the comments there were some recognizable names, that were trying to tell the son, take this offline. This isn't the place. We don't need to be privy to this information. And whether any of those people are inboxing him privately, giving him counsel, offering their phone numbers so he can call and talk to them, it remains to be seen. But a sad situation all the way around. And hopefully, things will mellow out between the two of them and that they are able to bridge the gap. But if they aren't able to bridge the gap, maybe they can come to a resolution where they can go their separate ways in peace. So just wanted to bring you guys this update. Go ahead, leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.